So just 2 days ago, I was with a client who had brought a client of theirs in that I was working with, and they're in a place where they really wanted to make change. And they were like, I go for my morning walks. I'm up at 5 o'clock, I meditate, I listen to my podcasts, and the list was so long. And I just sat there and said, if you want to start to make some change, stop what you're doing. So many of us are overwhelmed. We're getting information from so many different sources. So I said to this person, literally 2 days ago, stop reading the books, stop listening to your podcasts, stop your meditation, stop trying to consume so much. There's a little beautiful thing which is called inflow and outflow. And it's a really powerful principle. And I want you to listen really closely here. So many of us are consuming. We're on that inflow. We've got so much information coming into us, and we've got very little action in the outflow. We're trying lots of things, but it's like, pew, 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 it's just like a rattling gun going off. So guys, first step outside of breathing, which I will always say forever and a day, is stop consuming. Stop reading the book. Stop listening to the podcasts. Just be able to give yourself the time to draw breath and go, what's important for me? And what's the one thing that I know that if I actually did would turn the needle on my life? And because the truth of the matter is we do know. We just often don't tell ourselves the truth. So what's the one thing that I could change? If I turned that needle, everything would change. So you might have, 324 things that you want to change in your life, or 324 things you want to do and create. Stop. One thing, just one thing. Stop consuming and then start to get into some sort of action, no matter where you are at. When you have some kind of an action, one focused action, you've got outflow. You bring equilibrium back into your energetic field, your emotional field, your mental field. So as I say, stop consuming, stop all this inflow. There is so much available to us. So many people in this world are in overwhelm, and it's because they actually just are literally consuming too much information. Stop. Be kind to yourself. Move forward no matter where you're at, without any judgment and without any expectation around where you'll go. You'll have a focus, you'll have an intention. Just do your damnedest. Find one thing, turn the needle, change your life. How do we create sustainable change? Because a number of people have contacted Brent and I and gone, I've done this course, and I was feeling fantastic, I was on fire, and then it fell away and everything faded. It does, guys. So what you've got to understand is there's a bajillion people out there online that are teaching, sharing information, offering courses. We all know that, okay? What's important to you is you find somebody, number one, that you trust, because trust is a huge thing. And number two, somebody who honors your style. Some of you might like Tony Robbins style, where it's like, yeah, right, let's go, boom, 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 boom. Well and good, go do that. Other of you might like the Eckhart Tolle kind of style, which is, neither of those styles are my style, and that's fine. How do we find our own way where we can create sustainable change? And that's where we honor our style. We stop listening to the million channels that are out there and just go, okay, and follow somebody for a period of time. Try what they're suggesting. Does it work for you? Experience your own data. Does it work for me? Or is it just something that somebody else has learned off some YouTube channel and they've gone, hey, here's what you do. Here's how you set up your day. Here's how you change your life. You've really just got to be authentically you and listen and just follow one person, two people, just for a bit. Try what they're saying. See if it works for you. If not, move on.
It's great advice. And, if you see the thumbnail in the YouTube video and it's the guy laying on the hood of his Ferrari telling you, how to get wealthy, that's the problem. There's just so much of that on YouTube, and knowing, did the person actually do this? Did they make their money from that, or did they make their money telling you how you can make, is that how they did it?
Don't start me. You go into the world of coaching, and there's coaches who make their money out of teaching coaches. And dear God, I have been at so many events because I've done so many keynotes, and I just see the quality of the work. that's out there, and it's frightening. It really is. I look at it, even with what you and I are doing here, Brent, even though we're not in direct communication with people, like one-to-one, face-to-face, we have got their hearts and their souls on a platter. Oh. And you'll get used to me, guys. I cry periodically because I get touched deeply. And it's about being able to respect the people that we engage with. We've got another human being, spiritual being, a man, a woman, somebody who has this precious gift of life. And for us to be able to honor that is absolutely critical. And with some of the work that I've seen out there, it's all just about, great, let's go and make some change. And the level of care and respect and sacredness is just so low. Definitely not where I come from, definitely not where you come from. But for some people, they'd be going, oh, yeah, that's too scary, out of there. So I just think go with where you know that you are cared for, where you are respected, because you're playing with your heart and soul, and that's precious cargo.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah.